Or I should be able to find it here. Just give me a sec. Um,
Bro, this is a great stream, great cast we got here. Elf, I,
Let's
I I haven't
go.
met you before. I just reached out to you,
I
man.
haven't met anyone in here, bro. How we doing, John? What's
No,
up,
we
my
we
man?
met Elf, bro. We were bitching that we
No,
got
we
new
have.
bats for no reason.
Yeah, me and Bad Calls. We used to be grinding the poly market shit until they turned into
Bro,
Turned
9
into a
months of
terrorist
free fucking
organization.
work, bro. 9 months of free shilling I did.
Nah, fuck poly market for real. We could get into it on stream. I don't give a fuck.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Yeah, we
They'll
can get
ban
into
your
it.
affiliate accounts.
No,
They'll be like,
bro,
yo,
they're not
affiliate
gonna do
account
shit.
suspended.
They're not gonna do shit. I promise you.
All right, guys.
If they do, it's gonna be a problem.
So we're live right now, guys.
Let's
So
go.
let's get into it. And yeah, it's awesome to have you guys on the stream. Got some crazy stuff today. We got funding predicts on. Bad Calls is on. Elf is on. I mean, this is a crazy high net worth group right here. Bags making millions off of Pepe.
I feel fucking poor in this group in here. What the?
I think I
Gotta
might
get
be
Bad
the
Calls.
Money don't matter, bro. Money's a number.
Yeah,
Number
that's
on a
true. You're
screen.
right. It's just the leaderboard. That's
It's all
it is.
fake. It's all fake.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And until you're hit with those debts, and then then it becomes real.
I didn't mean to cut off your flow, John. My bad.
No. It's
All right.
cool.
We gotta finish the intro.
No, yeah. So maybe we just go around and intro ourselves a little bit.
right.
I'm polyfactual. Everyone here knows me. It's my pod, but maybe Bad Calls, if you want to start, give a quick intro on you, and then we can go Elf and
Yeah, I really enjoyed your last conversation with Gollum too. Super cool, dude.
He's a great trader, man. He's
Very sharp
TradFi
guy.
equity. Yeah, very sharp.
Hey,
guy.
Gollum, if you're listening, bro, come over and get funded, bro. We'll fund you. Hey, so basically, I'm Back Calls. I've been Back Calls for 6 years. I was always doing memes and being successful there. I was one of the first people to be involved with Pepe. And then from there, I moved into farming perps, and then I moved into farming Polymarket. I'm Polymarket's favorite KOL. They absolutely love me. They have so much love for me. So I wanted to make something, contribute something long-term for them. And basically, I got a chance to meet Drippy, and Drippy came to me with this amazing idea. Why don't we combine prop firms and Polymarket into one, prediction markets and prop firms, and do it and do something that's never been done before. But I'll let Drizzy go into it, and we're gonna go over to him and let him introduce himself.
Yeah, 100%. As Bag said, I've had this idea for, over half a year now. But we really started getting cooking on it, early this year when I met Bags. A quick little background about myself. I've kind of been in crypto for several years. I had a pretty well-known alpha group called Crypto Club. And then beyond that, I got really into prop trading and crypto trading in general, and obviously prediction markets. And in this past year, it's undeniable the growth that Polymarket's seen. So I was like, let's rally the troops and let's do a prop firm for prediction markets, because no one had done it. And I was like, I'm not going to wait around for someone else to do it. And I called Bag and a couple other guys, and yeah, we launched 3 days ago. It's been an amazing launch, and yeah, nothing short but awesome so far.
And Elf, first time on,
Yes, sir.
man. How's it going? So I know you got a show. You got Elf.
I got my own
You have
show.
a podcast.
Yeah, it's not really
Yeah.
a podcast or anything. It's just like a Twitter Spaces that I'll fire up whenever like some shit's going down in the gambling world. It's not very organized. We're sponsored by Bet105, and it's just kind of like shooting the shit, I feel like, on a Twitter Space. But I'll introduce myself to the people that don't know me. I'm Elf. I'm an arbitrage bettor, so pretty much what I do is I just like scalp the sports betting market all day. That's how I made a name for myself. Unlike these two, I'm down lifetime on crypto just from holding Bitcoin in the last year. I'm not a crypto whiz whatsoever. I only use stables nowadays. But yeah, big arbor. big time sports arbor. I'm probably one of the highest volume like sports bettors or arbors, whatever you want to call it, in the US. And I'm just out here grinding, trying to make a good living, doing shit on my own. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do we all think about Bitcoin right now? Because I just got
Yeah.
because we were just talking to Gecko not Gecko, Gollum, Gordon Gollum, Gordon. God, I'm like freaking tired today. We were just talking to him. He says that Bitcoin is like he's leaning slightly bearish on it right now. It could go down into, we could be seeing like a multi crypto winter. It could go up again. I know for prediction market folks, it's not as important, but for people trading the markets, I mean, Alf, are you trading any of these crypto markets right now? Or
Nah, I'm all sports, pretty much like just sports strictly. I know that there's like a decent amount of volume on these perp markets nowadays, right? But I rely on my softwares to like do all the heavy hitting, and I just execute. So that's kind of how I do it. So no, I don't trade those markets. Maybe Backhouse does. I don't know.
Yeah, Bags. Do you have an opinion on this, or Drippy? Do you guys have an opinion on where this is going?
Yeah, I mean, well, I know Bags and myself have each tried, the Polymarket Perps beta. It's pretty slick. It's pretty clean. I've got a few comments on it. I think that they can definitely improve it, but for like, an open beta type period, it looks awesome. I think like crypto as a whole right now, it's very, I don't know. Like, I hate being the guy that's saying it's indecisive. I think from like a technical aspect, I just think like we're going back and forth slowly down, and we really need a strong narrative push on something, because otherwise it's just going to slowly sell off, as we've seen. I don't know if Bags has, a different opinion.
Man, I've been holding this shit for so long. I don't care what the price is.
I'll give.
That's
all
the
right,
consensus.
Yeah, I'll give a signal on it. So I pretty much started using like PPH, and you settle up on Mondays with crypto and stuff like that. And what I've noticed is from when I first started, which was like 6 months ago, people would all accept Bitcoin as like what you pay. Now pretty much everyone only wants stables, which is not, in my opinion, not a good sign, because money's valuable based on like if people want to use it as a currency, and people are not wanting to accept Bitcoin anymore, which is, in my opinion, really, really bad. So everyone's just sending stables nowadays. Yeah.
It depends on that capital rotation, right? Like what we're really looking at is like AI is maxed. This might be like an unpopular opinion, because I'm seeing like a lot of people say it's going to keep, but honestly, like I'm starting to see AI move a lot like the crypto markets, right? Like you got Nvidia, the bellwether. Now AMD is popping off. My brother got into that. He made like crazy, ridiculous amounts of money off of AMD. But like the whole thing, I think, is like I'm seeing like rotation out of Nvidia into AMD, into lower stocks, into lower, into lower like whatever AI stocks or whatever. So I do think when that kind of collapses a little bit, and I do think it will go down, maybe that money rotates back into crypto. I mean, Gollum Gecko had like I think on he had like a no on 40,000. So if Bitcoin goes down, it's not going to go below 40,000, according to him. But I think that's how it might play out. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, hope that shit bounces back.
How's Funding Predicts going, guys? Like, I know that you guys have recently launched. You launched on Monday. It looks like you're getting a lot of traction.
Yeah.
And you launched your partners program too.
Yeah. We launched our partners program. That's been great. To start, we kind of just said, if you want to come be a partner, apply. It's been a pretty low threshold, and we've kind of gotten overwhelming support there. So I think we're kind of slowly cutting back, doing a little bit of yield control, because, we brought on, there's tons of support. But, if you want to be a partner, obviously you can go DM that account. But yeah, launch has been absolutely great. The past 3 days has been, nothing short but what we could have imagined launch would be going. We already have, a few people that are on track to get funded. All they got to do is, trade out the remaining few days. And that's definitely exciting. It's definitely going to be cool to see some payouts on the timeline here in the next week or so.
Would you guys say you're like the number one prop firm right now in prediction? Like I haven't seen the space. Yeah, you're pretty much the only one. I was told that one already went out of business.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
hard.
I don't know if you guys.
It's gonna
I
be
mean,
hard for them to compete.
How does that shit even work? So like, are you like
Oh, wait,
scraping?
so-
I have no. Yeah, you scraping.
Elf,
poly
to tell you
stuff?
how
Yeah.
it
No,
works, bro,
so-
we have to give you a badge, bro. So we're gonna give you a badge, and then
Nah,
we're gonna say,
you gotta throw me a badge. Give me a badge for real. All right, but
So-
wait, no, like I'm being serious though. Like, how does that shit work?
Yeah. So we've actually built out like our own trading interface terminal. So if you can go on the site, you can see we've kind of built basically a replica of what Polymarket has. Plus, we have candlestick charts in the crypto markets and stop loss, take profit orders. We've added a few other features. So we do like work with Polymarket and use their APIs. We're also working with two other providers who are in the Builders program, Struct and Polynode. And they each provide a little bit more advanced data. It's paid feeds, and they've been really solid. And that's how we can, add some of these more unique features that just simply building off or like scraping off a Polymarket you won't be able to do.
All right.
So why Polymarket specifically? Like why? So in terms of like because I don't think last time you guys had a badge with Polymarket. I think that's a fairly new thing. I could be wrong on that, but why are you kind of throwing in your weight with Polymarket over say another prediction market?
Bags, you want to step in here because I haven't met someone as bullish on Polymarket as I think Bags has been.
Man, I was really bullish on Polymarket until Elf and I we stopped talking about it
Well,
for some reason.
Yeah. Well, I have my own opinion on Polymarket. I
Oh,
mean,
Actually, wait, hold on. Before you get into that, we do have a surprise at the end for listeners that are listening. So keep listening. But real quick, yeah. So basically, our goal was to give. Well, I think a lot of that is we did want to provide as many prediction markets as possible and as many options as possible, especially with aggregation. But with other prediction markets, you do run into some issues with KYC, and you do run into some other issues with liquidity. And so Polymarket being right there and having pretty much the liquidity that we wanted to work with, as well as being decentralized, has really opened us up. But really, I think the biggest message that I want to say is that the problem with Twitter and the problem with prediction market Twitter is that it is the same slop post for the last 6 months. This wallet bought $1 million of this. This trader is betting $1 million of this team, $10 million that this guy is going to win, $5 million that this guy is knock out this guy. These people are not talking about themselves. So Drippy and I decided, hey, let's address the problem. What's the issue? People don't have the funding. They don't have the money to be able to create these type of trades, or they feel like, man, I'm never going to be able to get up there. Like why am I going to go and bet on Polymarket with $50 if I see people putting in trades with millions of dollars? How's that going to benefit me? So we were kind of hoping to give the little guy a chance and the successful traders a chance, kind of put their money where their mouth is and say, hey, if you're a good Polymarket trader, we want to support you. If you're a good prediction market trader, we want to support you. We want to give you the opportunity to be successful. We want to give you the opportunity to do what you're writing about right now that other people are doing, instead of just writing about it to engagement farm $14 on Twitter every month. So please hop on Funding Predicts, and literally it's a small challenge where we give you a demo balance and we let you use our entire interface, our entire terminal, all of our data and everything, so that you're able to access real-time data as fast as you want, with all of the markets available in Polymarket. You get a chance to enter a trial period, and in that trial period, if you can meet the profit margin for your challenge, we will give you money. We will give you that kind of money. And like you have it on your screen, like this post from Carr, we will fund anywhere depending on what challenge you get. Anywhere from, I think Drippy was 25K, 50K to 150K. So there's an opportunity if you want to start small, if you want to start big. And this is a great angle to go into Johnny. I don't know if you can pull that up, John, but we actually have somebody that just completed their challenge, one of our first people. And this guy was
very close. He's very, very close.
Yeah, I think.
Who's this guy? Is it Knight? Because I know you guys have Knight on. Knight writes for us, by the way.
Oh, really? Yeah, Knight's amazing.
Knight is like one of your affiliates.
So we
Yeah,
have.
it's,
I think it's
shout out to Knight.
Hustlepedia.
It's
Oh,
at
go to Drippy's
Hustlepedia.
Twitter. Go to Drippy's
At
Twitter. How about-
Hustlepedia.
Drippy? Let's see, Drippy.
If you go to Drippy, he'll reshare it. So we have a guy. Where's Drippy?
I don't know why it's you know what, I got to go to, I'm on a different account, so I got to go to like Polyfactual and then Drippy from there or
Oh yeah, go to
something like that.
Polyfactual.
Let me get this. Elf, how fast do you think you would pass this
Bro,
challenge? Do you think you'd
I
just
have no
swill this
idea
thing?
what this challenge is or anything at all with this. So I literally
Maybe
couldn't
Drippy can
say.
explain it, but it's super simple. We just give you a demo balance. You make a little bit of profit, proving that you're actually a good trader, and we fund you with a ton of with real money.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have my own opinions on this type of shit. Like if you're just a good trader though, like why not just trade with your own balance and scale your own money? I don't like it doesn't really make sense to me why anyone
100%, 100%. And I will say that, Poly Market in particularly, I think you see a lot more often than not, traders bring, a $10 balance up to, $1,000, $2,000, etc. It's a lot easier because, you can't take on, I mean, obviously you take on a lot of leverage, but in all traditional perp platforms, you can take on massive amounts of leverage and just get liquidated. And we see stories of people, flipping their small accounts. I think Polymarket allows you to do it easierly, but at the same time, the issue with that we're kind of solving is buying power. So, for example, you can spend a $200 on a 50K challenge and you get $50,000 of buying power. That $200, by the time you grow that up to $50,000 worth of buying power on Polymarket, it's going to take you months and years. And that's the one thing that, futures prop firms solve as well. If you want to trade NQ or ES, mini contracts, for those of you in the stream who know what that is, you need $5,000 to $6,000 of margin in your futures account just to trade a few contracts. But you can spend $50 on a prop firm account, and you can trade up to like 5 mini contracts. So it fixes the margin problem. And similarly, we've done that by fixing the buying power problem. That's kind of, I would say, the main service or value add that we've kind of created.
You need size to make things work for you. I will say that. It's really hard with prediction markets. I find it much harder than perps or any other asset class, really, to scale fast from I don't know, like $50 or something like that. I could be wrong on that. Maybe that's just my style of trading, but I do think you need like some sort of size to go in and make make a good amount of money. That's just my opinion. What's
I'm back, sorry.
Let's get into Johnny.
Yeah, so pop open Johnny's profile right now. So pop open his profile. He was a day ago, he was at $313 funded on his goal. Yeah, pop his profile. And now he's about to reach, there you go, that first post right there. Scroll down a little bit. Yeah, so he's about to reach his $3,000 target. So that's his balance target for his profit. So once he hits that 3K number, which is, he's about to hit it, he is going to be able to get funded with a 50K account. And we are going to be working directly with Johnny to make money together, basically. And this is like Drippy said, how long would it take for Johnny to go from $200 to 50K, right? And so this is a way for us to give smaller traders a chance, like Drippy said, to participate in the market like prop firms have done over the last half decade plus, and give them a chance to participate with much larger trades, give them a chance to feel like they're making a difference, and give them a chance to make a much higher profit margin than they would be making on their smaller balance. So now,
Bags.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You go ahead.
Who so far is like the best traders on the platform right now? Like who's killing it, and what categories are they trading?
So yeah, I was
mostly
actually just going to bring that up. So what makes our platform so interesting too, obviously being built on predictions, is in traditional forex, futures, and crypto prop firms, they limit you to 30 to, even the best ones only have a couple hundred assets that you can trade. You go on our platform, it's thousands of markets you can trade on, and obviously these are renewing. There's new events, there's new popular markets. But Johnny, for example, has traded only sports. I'm going to kind of air out what he's been trading because he's one of our affiliates. And, I just checked his profile, and it's like he's betting solely on like baseball and the World Cup. And there's nowhere else really you can do that in the prop firm industry right now. On the flip side, we've got traders who are also close to passing, who are literally just trading the Bitcoin up down markets there. And it's been really interesting because, the traders that it's only been a few days, but the traders who have really been making solid profits have actually been buying more at heavy discounts, I'd say, for like the Bitcoin up down market. So they'll be buying yes or no when it's at like 20 to 30 cents pretty early on. And I guess you could say the 5-minute time interval. So I don't know if Elf, you've got some comments too on, I know you do ARB, so it's a little bit different, but kind of on the tendencies of markets you tend to see.
All right. I don't listen, John. I don't know what's going on here, but like, what is this? Is like a shill fest for this fucking prop firm? Like what? Why am I even here?
No.
Why, like,
This
we're just talking about a prop firm the whole time. I'm being for real.
No. We're talking about trading.
This is not
So-
like, all right. This is like a completely separate thing than like trading. Like this is on their prop firm, like Bag Calls and Drippy. I didn't know anything about this before.
Let's get into
Yeah,
ARB.
like
That's surprise.
they want to talk about the ARBs like specifically on like their prop firm. Like if you want to talk about like ARBs in the market.
No, yeah,
we could
let's
do-
talk. I'm saying more generally. Like
Yeah.
my approach would be like, I'm saying here's what we've seen traders being successful with on our platform, and
Yeah,
I
okay.
would like to hear from your experience. Like, what do you see being successful in the real market? To see,
Okay.
is there crossover there? That's kind of the purpose of, I think, why he brought us on together.
Okay, I got you. I didn't know. All right. Yeah.
It's a builder. You know what? It's a builder trader mixer.
Okay.
That's what it is. It's
Yeah.
an experiment. It's a builder trader mixer. Bags is Bags kind of crosses over into both worlds. I used to be a builder, but it didn't work out. So
Yeah,
now
I
I'm just
got you.
doing this. So that's kind of what we're doing.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
just didn't want to
free-for-all.
be like
There's no
coming on the
format at
show and
all.
like, speaking on this. I
No,
don't
no.
know anything about this stuff, so it's like I don't know the requirements. I don't know, like, so I'm not gonna.
You
speak
gotta
on
learn.
it, or you, like,
I love this
Either
guy,
way.
bro.
Bro,
He's
I'm
like,
being
what the fuck
serious,
is
though.
going on?
I'm being dead ass. Like I came on here, I have no idea what to expect. I'm sitting through like a, prop firm.
I mean,
So
let's
fast.
get into it. Let's talk about
All right, let's
Polymarket
talk
a
about
little
it.
bit because I am actually interested in that because we were talking about that
Yeah.
in the beginning, and I want to know more about why people are starting to get bearish on Polymarket. To be honest, because this was the same thing with my last convo with that I just had. It's like there seems to be and I describe it as kind of like we had a massive hype cycle, right? Massive mind share hype cycle. Kelshi, Polymarket were going at war with each other. They're like, we got to get as much Twitter mind share as possible. Now that, then we have the slop accounts. Now we're kind of where we are now, and it seems a little sluggish. So I'm interested in your perspective, Bags and
Sure.
Elf, what you guys are kind of like experiencing with this and what your opinion
You want
is.
to start, Bags, or should I kick us off? It's up to you.
I feel like you're excited. You go ahead. I'll go.
All right,
next.
I'll kick us off. So I mean, when I first got my Polymarket badge, it was like, for me as just an arbor, like it was like the greatest platform ever because it had a ton of liquidity, no fees, no KYC. So it was like the Wild West, right? Pretty much the best man wins, which is, in my opinion, like what an exchange should be. If you know what you're doing, you're gonna make money. If you don't, you're gonna lose. So it started off great for me. And I was shilling Polymarket. They gave me a trader's badge because I was one of the highest volume traders on the platform, like arbing. And like pretty much one of the only people on there with my face out there, with my name out there, showing results that isn't like a firm or an insider. Like one account just doing this shit from my fucking apartment. You know what I mean? So, I'm out here promoting the platform. It's great. Like I think everyone should use as many platforms as possible so you can always get the best price because price is the most important thing. And in my opinion, the platform's fucking ruined now because one, they had that insane evaluation. So when a company gets valued so high, they need to start making money somehow. And what do? Like the easiest way to make money on paper, like if you're a fucking, suit up top that doesn't really understand the industry, you're gonna be like, all right, feed the platform, add fees. All right, yeah, adding fees makes money for the platform, but it ruins the utility for traders, for takers. The people, like the people that you're promoting the platform to are like degens who want to bet on sports and get a good price and don't want to be scammed by the sportsbook. You're already going against sharp fucking market makers who are baiting you to take prices on one side and stuff. Like it's already so hard to win. And then you add in these fees. Now there's no utility. I made a tweet, which is why I lost my badge, that Polymarket no longer has the best price ever on a main line. If Novig, Bet105, Pinnacle, they'll all beat Polymarket like 99% of the time on the main lines. So there's no there's no point in using it anymore for like just a square. Obviously, like a sharp is still going to use it just, to try to market make, and they'll be taking opportunities. But if you're like a normal Joe Schmo, like I'm not going to tell you to use Polymarket anymore. It's as simple as that, which is like the whole, catch to it. It's going to be impossible for you to win long term trying to beat the market makes.
So Elf, I know you mentioned some of the other platforms that you think are doing better lines specifically for sports. Would you say that's pretty universal as well? Like, would you say on like politics markets, crypto markets stuff as well, or just have you not looked at those as much?
I can't speak on those. I would say probably like not, just because there's not a lot of competition. Like there's so many places you can bet sports now. Like the more competition, like how many places can you trade politics or crypto markets? Like it's just like on Kalshi.
Yeah, it's a major one. It's a major ones, yeah.
But does Kalshi and Poly have like a duopoly on that? Like are they only two competitors?
No, I mean there's Limitless and Bags. Who else have you been working with mainly on the other strong prediction markets that are offering more than just just Kalshi and Poly market?
There's quite a bit. Like as we've seen centralized exchanges go into prediction markets, but they're kind of late to the party. They're trying to capture some of that audience, but it feels like Jupiter as well has also started. But Jupiter is more like they don't have their own platform. They're
built on top of Polymarket. So I wouldn't say one thing I want to bring up that
as well. Yeah, go ahead.
Axiom did, yeah. But one thing I wanted to bring up to kind of everyone in this call, because I know it's something Polymarket's working on, but more so, this is a huge innovation. I think specifically for the prediction market space is combo bets. So I'm sure Elf, you've looked a little bit into this.
It's
coming big into predictions. At the same time, though, from the way it looks like Polymarket's going to implement it, it's not going to be the same as sports books. So I don't know if anyone has thoughts on, are combos going to be big, or is it going to be something that people are going to trade for the first few months and then they're going to realize, hey, I can get a better multiple on, the sports book or something like that?
I'll answer that. Yeah.
I've seen
Well,
go ahead, Elf.
No, it's going to be fucking huge on the platform. Like if you look at Kalshi, everyone's parlaying shit. And, I was talking with Shane about this. I'm like, you're going to see a volume drop off once these fees kick in. And you didn't. Because the truth of the matter is people just don't give a fuck what price they're getting unless you're a pro. People want to fucking bet on a team that they want to win, and they want to parlay a bunch of stuff, which is what the combos are. So, people are going to love the combos, and the sharps are going to book them and tear them to shreds. That's pretty much exactly what you're going to see. And they're going to come back and, try to turn their 10 into 1,000 consistently. And, I don't think this has been going on for years in the sports betting world. It's not going to be any different just because it's
we saw this now with the World Cup, because we've seen, because the lines, like he said, like Al said, the lines are the same as they are pretty much anywhere else. But Polymarket's getting so much attention right now with the World Cup, and now we've got. And what's funny is they're not even the official prediction market of the World Cup. there actually is one. I don't know if you guys know.
Who's
the official one?
No, it's called Predict Street.
What?
Of course, it's one that no one.
Good for them.
Yeah, they secured it.
That's good. That's good, man. It's what do you guys think of new prediction markets right now? I'm seeing a lot of them pop up. Like, you think they're going to get an edge over
not if they don't
like I'm
bring
seeing
people
Pump
like
Gate.
me and Elf.
You guys know about crypto. People know about Pump Gate.
This is the problem right now. Is that they're kind of like trying to get their feet wet, right? And with what we've seen with the prediction market volume and the World Cup volume, which I was saying was like the World Cup is, like El said, is a great place for sharps to eat, because people go on and they're like, oh my God, like for sure Spain is going to beat this country. And then of course a lot of Americans, because the World Cup is in America, it couldn't have been a better time for prediction markets, right? So a lot of people that are in America or VPNing or whatever, they're like, oh, I gotta hop on and I gotta bet on this. Like, oh my God, this is crazy. This is happening in America. And then guess what? Like a draw happens and Americans are like, oh yeah, I didn't know draws can even happen in soccer. And they get all mad and stuff. And it's like the sharps are just eating because actually yesterday was a big payoff day for the favorite teams, but usually it's like a lot of these group stage games are just going to end up in ties or just like friendly like ball passing around and stuff, and then of course people get impatient because they don't want to sit through a 90-minute tie game. But what's happening right now with other prediction markets, and this is what's happening with this is the same thing that happened with earlier, like I want to say 6 months ago with terminals. Is like basically there was like a huge wave of terminals and bots 6 months ago, and they came out and they were like, oh, we need to onboard all these, we want to bring all these people to use our terminal. But the problem is that you've got the terminals fees and you've got their fees, and then now you're also stacking those fees on top of Polymarket's fees now. So it is hard to justify moving traders off. And then so you've got these new prediction markets that are coming out from other places, whether it's a prediction market or a terminal built on top of Poly, let's say Jupiter's or something like that, where they're kind of trying to get their feet wet. And they're like, okay, we're going to do a little challenge, a little 100K World Cup prize pool or something like that for traders and stuff. But their volume is lackluster. They're not able to compete with volume. If they have a different prediction market, they're not going to be able to compete with liquidity. Liquidity is the biggest problem. And then on top of that, they don't want to break a lot of them don't want to break the bank signing big people. Like, for example, like they want to create small challenges and try to bring small people in and see if people are interested. They're maybe not ready to kind of make an omelet and break the couple eggs, like reaching out to guys like me and Elf and saying like, hey, we'll pay you to come use this or come try this or come test it. They don't want to do that.
Point. This is a super good point, Bag. Sorry to interrupt, but like,
go ahead.
Yeah, but for you and Elf specifically, like Drippy and me are more well. Drippy's also a trader, but like for you guys, right, who are big prediction market, like you got a lot of volume. What does the approach look like when a platform approach? Well, first of all, how many approaches do you get, and like what does it look like? Like what are the offers typically for guys like you to bring volume on exchange?
We Elf and I probably, I assume that everybody here does, but I assume that people that listen to as well, is most of it is just like the number one thing that people try to shove down your throat is becoming an affiliate for a ref code, right? Obviously that's like the number one thing. They're like, oh my God, like you have to be our affiliates. Like I think that I think that I understand the refs. Like I understand like the value in refs and like figuring out who's bringing what to the table. But for me, it's like it makes it. I want to talk equally about a project without sharing a ref as much as I want to talk about sharing a ref because I want it to be organic, right? I feel like right now everybody on Twitter is kind of jaded because we've got if you see a post and it says paid partnership, you probably just ignore that shit. And then if you see a post and you see a ref link under the post, you're like, well, great. This guy's just trying to get me to join this so that he eats on me from refs. So I feel like it's kind of like this jaded environment. I don't know, Elf, do you feel kind of the same way?
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, like nowadays, I don't even really know like what the average consumer's clicking. Like I feel like it's so hard to kind of draw someone in to like use just one platform. So I kind of always push like use as many platforms as possible. But as far as like, just the market in general, like there's more players entering the space, believe it or not. Like Novig just got their CFTC license, ProfitX just got their CFTC license, and they've been in the game just in sports. So that's going to add some more liquidity to the field and make it more competitive, which is good. But
yeah, I saw that.
As far as like, dude, as far as Twitter goes, like which is what you were talking about, it's a bunch of garbage, man. Like nobody knows what the fuck they're saying. Like everything I see on there is complete fucking dog shit. Talking about like this massive wallet made this trade. You could copy trade it. People are copy trading stuff at like 3-4 cents worse just because they saw it on Twitter. It's ridiculous. People selling terrible tools about like wallets and stuff like.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say the worst has got to be that I coded this strategy with Claude, and it's made me like those posts
and
like,
those go viral every
single
time.
They always get like millions of impressions. Those are just
it's
the most
crazy too.
Ever.
It's so wild because like Nikita's been saying like we're gonna get rid of the slop, but like every time he says that, it's like those posts get more traction, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, is it like is it like one of those farms that you see like on documentaries where they have like 1,000 people in like a subway or something like clicking like really early on like I'm trying to figure out why they get so much traction. I haven't been able to crack the code. You guys given thought to that?
I think it's just like a matter of like someone making a lot of money then like using Claude AI. Like it feels like personal, like it could be anyone.
It sounds easy. Yeah
so people react to it, and the algorithm just goes crazy with it. But I don't know
This
how
is
to fucking
this
I
is
don't know how to
literally
fucking-
why, like, I know, Elf, maybe you're jaded on prop firms and maybe you don't think they work. Shit, I never thought they worked until I met Drippy. But like, this is why I think that the best way to get people involved is like we need to separate Twitter, or like, I don't know, like decouple, where you take all of that shit where people just sling slop all day, like, oh, this bot works, never works, just some random ref link. This trader did this, some random ref link, blah blah blah. We separate all of all of that slop right there from actual real traders. I don't know where we need to go, but like like I think that the world would be such a better place if you could just separate the people that are actually trading and actually making those trades. I'll give you an example.
Bags,
right
it's like what Front Run did with crypto Twitter. You go on anyone's profile and you can see, they call this coin at this market cap. You can see their profit, and it's verifiable. And that's what I like about
yes, extensions. The problem is, extensions.
They can link their profile in, which is super cool, and anyone can go verify their P&L. I even noticed, like, I was in Carr's Discord the other day, and he has a Discord bot where to verify to go to his server, you need to verify your Polymarket profile, and it shows your P&L next to your name. And I think that's super strong because it's like, bet what you believe in. And like, I think specifically with prediction markets, like, you put your money where your mouth is. Like, there's no more being loud on X, I would say, about an opinion if you're not putting your money behind it. So
Droopy, we got someone right here who wants to challenge. He's give me a free account, I'll win the challenge profit 50/50.
We'll do a little giveaway at the end, but
okay, good.
Yeah, there's been lots of requests for that. Yeah.
So my opinion on the profit. So I was talking to Catalyst the other day. Melissa Footlick, I think her name is. And she was like, I had no idea about this, but she was like COO of a huge prop trading firm called Top Step, which I guess was like the first prop trade. Again, I know nothing about the industry. I'm kind of like Elf. I'm kind of like,
Top Step started off. Top Step started off basically like in a bus, and they would go college campus to college campus, basically hiring trading talent, which I think is pretty cool personally. I mean, I think there is something to be said right now about with prediction markets. I'm sure Elf could talk about this too. Like, there's been no easier time, I'd say, to kind of like stat arb. If you're trying to go and do statistical arbitrage on like normal Forex indice markets, you're just going to get cooked. Like, you're somebody's lunch. But I will say, with prediction markets, since there's so many new protocols, so many more niche markets, the market sizes are so different. It just created a lot more opportunity for the smaller traders or, people with less experience to actually find market inefficiencies and kind of capitalize off them.
Are those inefficiencies disappearing? Like, is ARB really the best? So I was talking to so I'm not going to say who, because I think they'd get fired. But I was talking to someone at HRT, and basically they were telling me that they just whipped up like a prediction market division, and they only do ARB. That's all they do.
Yeah, everyone is. Jane Street's getting into it. A bunch of hedge funds are getting into it. It's definitely going to be a thing, but the liquidity still isn't large enough. Someone's going to have to come in and really solve the issue. And I'm sure Bags could talk about this too, because, liquidity is probably an issue for you as well. And you're not even, I mean, you're big, but you're not a market maker.
Yeah, that's another thing is that these prediction markets are looking for that's actually it's such a good point, is that prediction markets are looking to move traders over to them, or they're looking to compete. But then when you talk to them and you're like, hey, I've done this much volume, what do you guys like? What do you guys have to offer with your prediction market compared to where I'm at now? And then you talk to them and they're like, well, we want this, and that, and we're looking for traders that can do this much in volume and this much in volume. I'm like, well, like, we're traders. We're not market makers. Like, we could lose every bet. Every bet. And like Elf probably knows, but like, you could straight up have a 1 in 15 day. I had a 1 in 15 day the other day. I was like, dude, what the hell? Everything lost. But like, so I think that is the biggest difference is I actually thought about that. It's like, market making is probably where, whatever the got bit of or the winner or the winner mute of prediction markets is, that's probably the future. But I think what you said is correct, is that I think that the next step is clear the slop, get real traders involved, with the get real traders involved in poly, give people a chance to make money. I don't know, Elf, how long did it take you to kind of establish your trading scheme and go from like go from 4 fig to whatever fig,
Yeah.
like what was your like big breakout moment, and how long did that
Okay,
take?
yeah, that's a good question. So I started with a 12K bankroll almost 3 years ago, and I was just arbing the sports books and stuff. And then I would say like my big break moment was actually like someone shared an edge with me on FanDuel on the player props. Like they weren't pricing time decay correctly when players would go on the bench. So I would middle them, and I made 70K in 1 month, which like propelled my bankroll up, which is what I needed. And then I just started arbing and shit. But I completely agree with what you said. Is like you got to get these real traders kind of the mouthpieces. But the problem is that they're just boring people, and they don't really know how to generate clicks in an audience. And also another thing too is like people talk about like what platforms want. Yeah, they all want market makers. They want people providing the liquidity. And it pisses me off so much when people say like, oh, like who cares about the fees? Just start market making. Market making is like the hardest fucking thing to do at a large scale. If it was that easy, everyone would just do it. But like there's so much adverse selection. Like, if you're trying to, pre-match market make or something and someone gets hurt, you're just gonna get scooped and your position's worth nothing now. And then you can't get filled on something when you're trying to all day because there's so much competition. And you said it yourself back home or Drippy, all the big firms are entering the space. Jane Street, like real trading firms what are they going to do? They're going to market make and they're going to automate it. So for like someone just like an average trader come in and just market make these markets is like, it's very difficult. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's much more difficult than people advertise. So, I don't know if there's a solution for that, but yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I was talking to the Robin Markets, which is a pretty cool protocol. They do like staking for prediction market positions. Guy's really informed. I mean, the guy running it is really informed, venture backed. Basically said what you said. Like market making from your home is on its way out. It's the big guys are coming in. I mean, already, like, I don't understand. Like, look, this might be a stupid question. Who's market making for like the high probability like bonds? Like taking the other side of that. Like, do you guys know? I asked this on the last podcast. Again, might be a dumb question. I'm not as good at traders as you guys. I'm just wondering, like, if you know the answer to that, because it seems like a total loss situation.
I do know a few people who market make those. Those are like a popular one to market make because you can kind of like reference other sports books and stuff like that. Like people reference FanDuel or DraftKings and like, they'll throw up a price on an exchange and, if it's an ARB or EV to those books, like they'll do it, but they have big bankrolls. Like those are mega sharps. Like, I don't know, like the people I don't talk to like Jane Street or fucking, Deutsche Bank or whoever's market making on these platforms now, but I'd assume like Kalshi and stuff, they have institutions, they have like requirements. They have to market make every like opportunity. Go ahead, Trippy.
Yeah. So Elf, when you say that you have people, who cross-reference, the poly market contract to like a sports book, are they scraping off both poly market and the sports book, or are they using like Poly's API? And then I'm not super familiar with how sports books do their data, but is it typically all scraping?
Yeah, they purchase software that scrapes it for them, or they have their own tool that scrapes it. But one of the two, they scrape. Yeah, I don't think they have they might use the Poly API to like, automate their trading, but the people I know doing it are just manually trading it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and just keep an eye on it. That's the type of deal.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it does seem more and more that arbing is like the like one of the few really good strategies right now. Even the bond hunting. I mean, on the last call that I had, it's just like even that's gone bad. Like a few years ago, again, I wasn't in Polymarket the early days, but like a few years ago, I guess you could find like basically bonds for like, I don't know, like 60 cents or something like that. 60% bond, now it's like 90%. So it does seem like as more people are coming into prediction markets, there's less edge, which makes sense. I mean, that makes sense. But how are you finding arbing right now? Because I know you just did a New York Times article, Elf.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Congrats on that too.
Thank you. Arbing, it's up and down. I mean, it depends on like the season. Like it's the slow season right now, so it's not going to be as popping as like NBA season or anything like that. But you know, it's definitely still possible. You can make a lot of money arbing, and you know, you just need the right tools and stuff like that. Like you know, purchase good software that'll help you out, and you can make a good buck. But like you said, you're going against like big firms, like very strong market makers, people automating bots and stuff like that. Like it's tough. So you really got to be sharp to the market, and you got to be disciplined. Like you can blow your bankroll very fast if you just kind of tilt and you're not responsible. So I'm a big arbor. I don't think I could beat the market if I didn't arb. But you know, everyone's different. Like I know Bad Call specializes in esports, right? Like that's a niche market that you could probably fucking crush. Like if you really know what you're doing and look at the data.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Because you're betting on like 16 to 18-year-old kids.
Yeah.
Bro. They tilt all
They
the time. They have no mental.
But the esports market, volume-wise, is actually pretty huge. I will say it was much bigger. It was much bigger than I realized.
Yeah.
And you know, I've looked a lot more into it now as well because you know people are betting on it and on our platform and stuff. And looking at it, it's super interesting the way the behavioral price changes, the price discovery during an esports match versus like a normal sports game, because you know, the clutches in a video game, we had a guy that 1v3s or something. I mean, yeah, there's clutches in sports, but it's always near the end time. And esports, it's pretty quickly how many times the odds can flip in the same period, in the same match. I'm sure Bags could talk a little bit more about that too, because it can get pretty stressful if you got money on it.
Well, like, okay, I'll let me explain. Yeah, it's actually I was gonna talk to Alpha about that because it feels like there is a crazy opportunity to always middle because odds swing so fast. Like if, for example, if one team is 70%, let's say, for example, a game like Counter-Strike, if that team loses the pistol, which is literally just a 50-50 first round, they are most likely going to lose the second and the third round. Okay. That 70% immediately becomes 45. Like there's definitely room there to middle. You know what I mean? So you basically almost all the time can generate liquidity and get volume where you get both participants in the match as a dog, and you basically get value from that, and then you just stack dogs. I've seen people do that. But basically I think that the biggest esports boom I've seen, which was insane, actually happened 6 years ago during COVID. During that time, we were betting on Korean baseball, horse riding, and esports. That's all we had. There was nothing during COVID. That May 2020, dude. That was so bad. There was nothing to bet on. So I remember DraftKings was having like $1 million prize pools for like League of Legends like 6 years ago, because like they had so much of because like they just had nothing else to sell. So you had all these people just come in and basically provide free licks because they don't even know how to build DraftKings lineups. But now we're seeing that same boom kind of happen with Polymarket because like with prediction markets are going out. Limitless they partnered with Navi. Polymarket partnered with a couple of CS teams, and they're basically partnering with esports organizations and trying to get esports involved. All in all, though, I think that one of the things that Elf really talked about was that Polymarket used to be the place where you could always get the best line or one of the best lines. And the only place that I found close to getting a line as close is probably like, I don't know, like I have to look at Novig
for sports.
It's a good thing you mentioned that. I do. Yeah, for sports, I do want to look at Novig for esports to see what they're.
They don't have esports. Only other sports. I could get you in touch with them. If you can.
Yeah, I'll make their lines.
For sure.
I'll make them lines. Okay. Pinnacle handles all the lines, but he probably used to be the best esports lines, and now they're like one hand in hand with like I don't know, like a Novig book, like Duel. Duel has no VIG whatsoever on their sports book. They don't make any money on their books, which is crazy. So it's like basically with the fees, they've moved up into a level where like you're getting worse odds now, and it's still better than like your standard websites where people bet where people used to bet like books where people bet whether it's like stake Bovada or something like that. It's still better. Like you're still not eating rake, but you do eat the fees that you're eating are bad enough where you're like, damn, like this really is affecting me negatively. So you do have to be more careful on the lines you take, or finding value. Basically think of it as like losing 3 to 4% edge with the fees over the course of the year. And basically this is gonna like Elf said, I also thought that fees would be probably negative, but like he's like when there's a big event or a large liquidity being contributed, people don't care. They just want to get in at whatever price. That's probably the biggest edge if you're a terminal or if you're a mobile app or something that's using Polymarket. That's your clientele right there. People that just need quick, fast DGAF access. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you guys have used Polymarket's mobile app, but I don't like it. And they have actually partnered with a mobile app. They have a mobile partner called Share that they've been working with for like a year and a half. So it's like, why are they making a mobile app? They have a mobile partner.
I've seen a lot of Bagel shows, and I haven't looked at it, but their whole thing's just mobile interface.
Yeah, they got it. It's like Bagel? It's confusing, but I wanted to ask Elf, because I never asked you on this opinion. You've probably seen all of the articles over the last week and a half of the dude that basically lost 500K on the MicroStrategy market.
Yeah.
And
I can speak on that.
So at first I totally felt like, okay, like I was like, okay, this is something that does need to be looked at, because clearly there is evidence that, like, whatever MicroStrategy did sell during that time, but because that data was reported after the market window, it didn't count, right, or whatever. So I thought that was an interesting debate. But now I feel like I'm just getting it slopped because it's 2 weeks and people are just still crying on the timeline. And I'm like, all right, I'm tired of hearing this.
I'll talk about it from like a trader's perspective. So I think for that specific market, like you have to look at like when he executed his trades and like when the rule changed and stuff. So he saw the news that MicroStrategy sold and then bought, right? Which makes sense. He's betting on what happened or what he read happened. So he bet, I think, like a normal amount, but then like the market moved against him. And then he started buying a fuck ton more, which is why his position got so large. He's like, holy shit, this is free money. And in those scenarios, like you shouldn't just blind fucking bet something because you're so sure, like a huge amount, when the market's moving against you. Like you have to look at, okay, why is this not moving in my favor, and who's my counterparty? And people were just pretty much farming him. And at that point, he should have realized, like, oh shit, like there's this rule change in there, like it's not gonna go my way, and try to buy out. Because like you saw there's an initial spike which was caused by him purchasing those shares, and then it just completely moved against him because of the rule change. So it's one of those things where it's like really fucking dumb because MicroStrategy sold and he's buying these shares. But like as a trader, you have to always be thinking like the market. Like what is the market telling him? And the market was telling him he's on the wrong side just based on the liquidity and order flow. So I do feel bad for him. Like I think it's just so dumb. But at the same time, like you shouldn't be betting that much of your bankroll, past posting the market, and two, like if it's moving against you like that. Like if he's buying it up and it's still going up and up.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Because I would bet something and I see the line moving and I'm like, well shit,
something happening. I gotta look at it, right?
Like you have a feel, and this is especially clear on Polymarket. You are not, especially with those kind of markets, you are not going to be quicker than whatever bots or whatever news things are trading, because you and I damn well know that if that was going to be a yes, it would have been 99% yes by the time the dude imported any sort of trade. So the fact that he caught it at 70 and thought that he had alpha just tells you that he just didn't understand it. But then from like a retail trader standpoint, I kind of understand that like you wouldn't be able to know that, right? If you're just a dude that reads the rules, you're like, well, shit, like this seems to make sense to me. So I feel bad for retail, like you have to be experienced in that regard. But that also comes down to like, well, if you're retail, you're not going to be putting $500,000 in this, right?
You're not. Yeah,
I mean,
it's definitely an interesting one.
Crazy.
there's a philosophy out there which is like, yeah, there might be manipulation going on in Polymarket, but that's just part of the game. Just learn it.
I don't even think that was like manipulation. It was just kind of like someone trying to nuke a market.
They didn't even do anything. Yeah, he's right. They didn't, like, a lot of people are like, oh, it's because of UMA. UMA's controlled by these people, and they voted like this. No, all they did was like whether or not you know a resolver with a 40 million market cap coin should be resolving is a completely different conversation, right? But in this case, they clarified, like Polymarket itself clarified, and then everybody piled on the money, because once a clarification like that goes through, the market's over. Everybody votes towards the clarification because that's why the clarification is there. I learned this myself. I lost 11 grand on 11 dying in Stranger Things because I saw her die on my screen, and Polymarket clarified that it was ambiguous, and everybody told me like, dude, they clarified it's not going to go a different way. I was like, dude, I literally saw this person die on my screen. But it's like, it doesn't matter because prediction markets are not the arbiter of truth. There is somebody that is going to resolve this outcome, and you have to learn that this is real life. Like, this is how everything in real life works. If your boss walks into work tomorrow and says, hey, 1 + 1 is 3, and if you don't believe that, screw you, and you look at your boss and you're like, well, I need the job, so 1 + 1 is 3 now. So you kind of have to understand the rules, right? And this is kind of like where this comes down to experience and traders and giving traders a chance to participate in these markets. Is hopefully we can take all of this information that we have and separate these type of, oh, this person lost this much money posts, or this person is going on Wall Street Journal to talk about how he got rugged by this market posts, and more so just let people actually post stuff like, hey, I actually got a chance to bet on this. I actually got a chance to actually work on this. Like, I would love to see more of that. I would love to see more people actually trading, actually being involved with Poly, rather than just talking about it and sending people to other wallets or other people that they don't even know. It's super cringe. Mm-hmm. So hopefully they can clean that up. The problem is like directional marketing from prediction markets has to be towards that. It has to be towards real traders and glorifying real traders, like the people in this fucking room, as opposed to glorifying that type of slop shit. Yeah. So I think that also has to be put into account. But I think at the end of the day, like, we are living in a world where some people consider PMs gambling. Some people consider it educational guessing. Some people, like LFC, see it as an opportunity. Yeah. Whichever way you see it, it proves one thing for sure. There is edge out there. You just have to find it and find what you can participate in, and find what you can be involved with on a level that you feel proficient enough to risk money on. And then when you make that risk, make money and, develop your bankroll and grow it. And if you can do that, you are going to be a successful trader. And so this is my favorite part about PMs, is that it gives the chance for everybody. The other day I actually used a limitless user-generated market where I made a esports market on Limitless. They let me make a market, and the market was basically a free square. It basically was like, will there be a triple OT during stage 3 of the Counter-Strike Major? The chances of a triple OT was like 2%, but it was at 50-50 because a lot of liquidity was basically bonding, right? So I kept posting about it, and of course it cleared, so I made up people some free money. So the goal is that we get more and more people involved with actually trading that way, and getting more people involved with trading, getting more people funded, getting more people the opportunity to participate in the PM itself, rather than just talking about it or shilling us something that we don't care about. I'm like a half a dozen of those Claude bot posts away from just turning my stuff off. Like, I'm so annoyed. So
it is super annoying to see that stuff. Honestly.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, Bags, as I was going to say, like, for Polyfactual, like, we've been tempted to go down that road. I've honestly looked at the views and I've been like, I should be doing this shit. And then Gollum Gecko started calling people out, and then I hesitated because I was like, oh no, the risk reward isn't worth it. but I was about to become a bit of a scammer myself there. Just full knowledge. But so like okay, so we're like at about an hour. I don't know how much time you guys have.
We can call it here.
I think it's been a good conversation
Yeah.
so far. I do want to say in Polymarket's defense, just real quick, for builders, I think it's great. I think Drippy, you would agree. We both have builder badges. I'm curious, Drippy, on your take on this too. Like, was that part of the decision making to go with Polymarket?
Yeah.
It was just like more accessible blockchain API stuff.
Yeah, 100%. And through the builders, they have providers who they've intentionally made themselves easy to build off of, and they've funded projects like Struct and Polynode who provide more advanced data feeds. And they reached out to us after our first post, and if we need something, they're helpful on the development side. They've given us early access to perps and combos. We can hopefully integrate those and launch them similarly to when they actually go live with them. But yeah, I will say, like, I know a lot of people, especially queuing up for the airdrop and stuff, people have their own thoughts on Polymarket. And I will say the one thing I do think they're doing right, more or less, is actively supporting and trying to help builders.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. I mean, I think that in terms of building, it's just really accessible. I know Kelsey was going a bit of the blockchain direction too. But for me, it's like blockchain is almost a must for me as a builder. I just love because it's transparent. You can see what's going on. It's like a shared database. So like, all of the projects that I'm interested in are doing that. So that's why I like it. Yeah, guys, I mean, I guess final questions from me are, just your thoughts on World Cup stuff.
Let's do it. Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into this because I know some people want to see that.
For sure.
So maybe, like what are you guys trading? Full disclosure, I have not been doing the World Cup. I've not been following it. I'm like a political trader. That's what I like to do. So I'm curious, like for Bags and Elf and Drippy, if you've been trading it, what markets are you guys looking at right now?
Yeah, I've been trading it. I had a lot of team total stuff. That's why I've been seeing a lot of the value on this World Cup. I'm a big time Messi fan. I actually I played on an academy in New York called New York Soccer Club. I actually played with Gio, and yeah, I played with Gio Reyna. He scored the Trivella. But I'm a big Messi fan. I'm anti Ronaldo. I think he's old, washed the fuck up. I think there's a lot of value on. He's literally washed. Like Portugal is tied with the Congo right now.
He's 41. He's playing right now, bro.
He's washed.
Old,
bro. He's washed.
41
he
years
shouldn't
old,
be out
bro.
there. He should not be out there. Like they say, you got to leave the game before the game leaves you. You can't tell me he's Portugal's best striker. No way. But anyways, yeah, they're tied with the fucking Congo. The results speak for itself. I'm seeing a lot of value on the team totals and totals in general. I think sides are fucking tough. If you're gonna I know Sharp Handicapper's down 15 units to start this World Cup, just trying to handicap it because there's been nothing but a bunch of draws and it's tough. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if Bad Calls does any World Cup betting, but I love the World Cup, man. It's awesome.
So I got a little bit cooked yesterday, but I usually take dog spread.
I think it's been doing pretty good, this dog spread, right?
It's not bad, except for yesterday. Yesterday
was
Messi
chalk.
cooked us.
Yesterday was chalk. Yeah.
Then, like right now, for example, I've got Condo. I've got a Congo. Yeah.
Congo spread.
No, I've got Congo.
Should be all right.
I've got.
What was the spread?
I've got it's plus 1.5.
Oh, you're chilling, bro. 1.5.
I'm chilling. Let's go Congo, baby. So it's like, but it's like usually it's like yeah. So far, like dog spreads have been doing good. Also, the only time it hasn't been doing good is like, yesterday France scored like a 95-minute goal, and then obviously Messi just decided to remind people that he is fucking insanely good. It's gonna be interesting to see going forward how much interest there's going to continue to be with, and hopefully there's still going to be good liquidity. But right now it feels like this is the ultimate fish market because so many people are like, Ronaldo, he's good. Like I'm gonna bet on Portugal to win -1.5. It's like, dude, like it doesn't matter. Like it's still these are still like top players on each team. Like it's still very difficult to score.
Yeah.
Like they were obviously like, okay, Messi hat trick is goated. Like don't get me, that's a goat move, you know. Like but like everything other than that is like it is incredibly hard for one team to score. Like all of these players are on clubs. Like all of them are good players. So like for example, just to give you an example right now is like England coming up against Croatia right now. If you go up there, right, like this is such a clean spot to take you to get yourself Croatia plus 1.5 if you just want a free bet, because like or whatever
Wait,
the
they're
spread is,
plus
or just
1.5?
England not to win maybe at 42 or something like that you could do. Or England not to win. I love these three-way lines because burgers do not understand three-way lines, bro. It took me, three-way lines.
This is new to me. I'll tell you. Like, I'd be an easy
Three-way lines. Three-way
my
lines are so complicated for Americans to understand. It's like, wait, you can bet no, and it means that if they draw, I win. Yes, but it only works up to 90 minutes. It's like yes. So basically, it's like this is going to be a spot example like here where a lot of people are like, oh, England, good team, well, they're fantastic, they're always great. Oh, that means you're going to win. It's a good spot to like get yourself some value because we know Croatia is a good team, and they've got, they do have one of the semi legends, right? They've got Modric playing, and they've got a very solid squad every time they bring a squad every 4 years. So this, basically this is where you find your discrepancy. Croatia can easily win this game, right? But they're only 18%. The draw is 26. You're getting 42 cents on the dollar for an England no win. So they can draw or lose and you win. So it's like these are the type of plays. The other stuff today, I don't know if you're betting anything else today, but there's 3 other matches, which is sick. Which is I don't even know how late I'm going to stay up. I'm in Asia, so it's going to take me. I'm going to be up late tonight. But Uganda, Panama will probably tie, right? Uzbekistan, Colombia, like another spot where people are going to be like, Colombia, amazing team, could end up being a good spot to get Uzbekistan spread or look for a draw. Czechia, South Africa, probably another spot where you're going to be looking at a close game. So. Basically is don't drink the Kool-Aid that are like, oh, this team has this player, therefore this team will win. That doesn't happen in football, it doesn't happen that way. What happens is everybody is good regardless if you know the name of the players or not. So there's a good chance that a lot of these games, especially for the remainder of groups, do end up draws. And also keep in mind that teams are aware what they need to advance. So if they don't need a win, then they will just what they call park the bus, where they will just pass the ball around in their side of the half for 90 minutes and just take a draw. So just keep an eye out for that, because there's going to be a lot of that happening at the end of group play, where like a top team is like, okay, we don't really need to do anything crazy. Let's just go out there and do nothing for 90 minutes. That happens a lot.
Yeah, look at this game. Congo's holding on for dear life.
Dude, that's what I'm saying is like Congo has, like, people are like, who the hell is playing on Congo? Like, don't they have Ebola? I'm like, yeah, but like they have three club players as their forwards. They have a dude from Newcastle, a dude from Real Betis. They have great players. Like,
they do.
Like, and people are like, oh, they must be bad.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So yeah, so that's kind of where you find your edge is like take dogs. In my opinion, unless Messi's on the floor, because like Jesus Christ, what the Kansas City erupted yesterday, bro.
So who's winning this thing? Like, again, I'm coming in here as like a pedestrian, guys. I really can't lend much to the sports World Cup commentary. I just found this clip by Sarov. I do like Sarov. He's been in the prediction market space for a while. Says France has the highest odds of winning the World Cup. I don't know. Is France going to take it? Like, what's going to happen here? Again, super pedestrian commentary. I'm just throwing that out.
Yeah,
there.
Man, so you're feeding us some slop. Look at the slop.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
You know what? For traders like me, so like if it's a no knowledge area, like if I don't know a lot about it, the slop is the best I got. That's like what I go.
Yeah,
I'm a liquidity.
I tweeted before the World Cup that like the only team you could blind bet on to win and be okay is France because they're just so talented, John. They have the best players they're the only team, like every international team has like a weak spot somewhere. They're the only team on paper, no weaknesses, not like nowhere even close to a weakness. So they've been kind of, and they looked like amazing against Senegal too. Like, you know, they're ridiculous. So France for me is the favorite. Spain looked terrible, but yet again they did have Lamine on the bench. They had Lamine on the bench for the first 70 minutes. He changed the game when he came on. So, you know, I'm rolling with France.
I'm full for
you know, I hate rooting for
That's
France.
my next full court.
Because they just suck.
I'll give you some dark horses then.
Yeah, give us a dark horse.
Okay, let's do the dark horse. Oh, that's good.
It's easy to pick France. You know, we can't just all be Mbappe. You know, so like you probably can get good prices on teams that have either drawn already, right, or not done as expected, right? So like Brazil, for example, right? Like Brazil is at 6%. Brazil is still Brazil.
Nah, they're
you
not.
Know? Like they're always gonna
they looked horrible.
They're Brazil, bro. Like 6%, like 6 cents. You're getting Brazil, but Germany 6 cents.
I think Germany 6 cents way better than Brazil.
Germany 6 cents, dude. Like everybody's looking at France. I think also Morocco is 2 cents. They made the semis. They made the semis last World Cup. People don't know this. They actually beat Spain.
They beat them.
So people are like sleeping on Morocco. Yeah, but those are probably my favorite. Colombia is 1%. Like, okay, and you know, like they have amazing players as well. So it's just I think the reason why we see the World Cup events kind of go an interesting way, or why some teams can kind of dark horse their way into these matches, is usually it's a little bit of luck, and also it's usually a little bit of luck, and then it also combines with a little bit of the fact that, you know, when these guys get together, a lot of them have team chemistry, and a lot of them are like just on a roll where they're just completely aligned. And then a lot of these guys just get together after, you know, basically playing at a club for 3 years, and they're like, all right, I don't really care. Like I'm just doing this for my country. So there is that team effort that like they want to win for their country, but then they're like not aligned with all the players. So you see a lot of teams like Morocco and stuff that like come in with like just a really, really solid group of aligned players that are all very, very, very on point with what, you know, like where they've already built that camaraderie, and they have good connections. But I think if you are looking at the easy pick in the World Cup, definitely France. France will definitely go a long way. Like you know, they would have to do something momentously crazy not to make at least quarters, if not semis. And then from there, find value in places where with teams that you think are good, or teams that haven't even played yet. Like
I think
Korea played,
everyone's played pretty much at this point now, like the major players.
Yeah, and then, well, yeah. So we're waiting to see Colombia.
England's
so
like the last one. That's a shot.
Yeah, England at 10 cents, bro. I just can't buy it.
Nah.
I just don't. I never believe in them, and they always go far. But like the whole like it's coming home thing is such a meme.
Also, their team is
So,
just
yeah.
kind of like not that good. Like who's gonna quarterback that team in the midfield? Like Jude Bellingham? I don't like Declan Rice is a proper 6. They didn't bring
Harry Kane.
Yeah, he's the goal. He's the poacher. I mean, I'm not gonna knock Harry Kane. He's probably the best 9 in the world, but he needs people to feed him. They didn't bring Foden. They didn't bring Cole Palmer. You know, I don't know.
They didn't bring Cole Palmer.
They didn't
GG.
bring either one.
Just put no.
It's weird not to bring one of them. It's weird not to bring one. I don't know. It's a strange decision from Tuchel, but we'll see how they look against Croatia.
Well, we got some people saying England, Croatia in the chat.
In
so,
Croatia, Croatia seems to always do well, bro. I don't know.
They're a good
people
tournament
sleep on
team.
Croatia.
That's why they play together well. They're experienced. They don't make mistakes. I mean, they're old. They're old as fuck, but we'll see how they do. They were old last time.
Cool.
They're old as shit.
They were old last time too. So
Yeah. So I just wanted to ask real quick. I know I think we covered our World Cup stuff, right, John?
Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. I think we're about to close it off too. I mean, we've been
Okay,
going
I
for a
just
while.
wanted to
It's been
ask
a
real
great
quick
convo. It's
because
been a great
we
convo.
are because we are gonna do we've been working on this for months and months and months. So I just wanted to ask Elf, is there anything that keeps you jaded about props that you don't like, or is there something that we can work on that could maybe turn your opinion around?
I mean, I'd have to look more into like just everything, I guess, before I like could even give you any answer, because it would be unfair to me like say something now live when I had no information whatsoever. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, just before you even, no, I'm not saying ours,
Yeah.
but like, in general, like prop firms have a very weird, skewed view based on like, basically just like viral stories that people hear about crazy shit happening,
Right.
and we want to kind of remove that and give people, not that same vibe.
Yeah,
So
I feel like Elf is like me. Like I honestly, I just like talking to you guys was my first introduction to prop firms, and lately I've been getting into it more. I like the idea. I mean, again, like I talked to the
Yeah.
woman from Catalyst on yesterday. It seems like the biggest issue with prop firms, and Drippy, you talked about this a little bit on our last podcast, is just like the fact. Look, I don't even, I want to give the founders the benefit of the doubt. Like, I don't think everyone is a scammer. I think that the issue is that the prop firms have to balance the payouts with the trading. That seems to be like it seems to be like an alignment of profit issue. If you can do that real, and some guys just maybe they get in over their head too fast, right? You guys are funded. You guys are totally like, ready to take on the market. But some guys just, they go for the out of the box tools and then they just whip up a prop firm. It's a lot like meme coins. Like, you got,
Yeah.
like,
I'd say it's
some people are
exactly the
super-
same as meme coins in crypto. You've got, the good projects like
Yeah.
Pepe that, some prop firms have retired some people, and then you've got others that, it really just comes down to the user. And there's great tools and sites that people can use now to I guess sort of like vet prop firms, stuff like that. But ultimately it comes down to the user. Like anything you'll see on X, like we're talking about, there's tons of slop. There's tons of things that, it's a paid partnership. You're just going to scroll past it. I think X needs to do a better job cleaning up the algorithm in general. But ultimately, like as with everything, just do your due diligence. Like if you have questions about our thing, come in, ask questions. We'll answer them. And yeah, it's kind of how you just got to do your own research on everything.
So before we close out too, like anything upcoming for Funding Predicts. Again, I've said that I'm super bullish on the project. I love what you guys are building. I mean, I do love the opportunity that you provide to the space, because I think that there are a lot of people that don't have a huge bankroll and they need a way to like kind of like monetize their intelligence a little bit. I've seen a couple guys doing this, like Trade Rhino is doing that by monetizing callouts. You guys are doing that with Funding Predicts. Polyfund is doing that with their model. So like, I do think that this is the future, because there are a lot of smart people. They just don't have the access to capital. So I'm bullish, but I'm curious, like, what's next for you guys? What are you doing? And yeah, what can we do for you?
100% combos. Like I'm looking right now at the risk models we're running, and we're already planning for combos. We still need to see exactly how it's implemented, but it's something I really, really, really want to add. I think it's a great feature to add on to the market. People love trading combos. As Elf was saying, it's huge on Kalshi. And if you look at Kalshi, like even if they have higher fees, the users are still going to trade on it. And I do think, that's something where the users could do a better job at holding the platform accountable. Jacking up fees, it like does hurt the market. People are still going to trade anyways. But anyways, yeah. Not to go off another tangent again, but really combos is probably the next major thing you'll see, coming our way.
Cool. Elf, what's next for you, man? Do you have anything to shout out? Anything to promote?
No, nothing to promote. Just my Twitter. If you want to tap in with what I got going on, follow me at YELFF_. No, I don't need to, self-promote anything. I'm just happy to be here, to be honest. It's fun combo. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. It's awesome having you guys. I mean, this was a great conversation. Super talented room. I mean, you guys are all better traders than me. I know Drippy, you come from the prop trading world, so it's but I'm getting there. So yeah. So let's Matt. Yeah, guys, great convo, and And yeah, let's close
All
it
right,
out.
for sure, for sure. All right, thanks
First,
for
nice
having
meeting
me.
you guys. Thanks for having us.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, take care, everyone.
Take care,
Take care,
brother.
Bye.